I was at school one day, so a kid he threw a penny at me, and he said, "Hey, do you want a penny? Hey, do you want a penny?" And I kept on saying no, and in a few minutes, after, I kept on saying it, I said, "Please get away from me." So that day, when I got on the bus on the go home, his friend goes up to me and says, "Hey," he says that you're not a real Jew because you did not take the penny. So that was the first incident. And then the second incident was, so what happened was that, so I was playing Foursquare with a group of kids during recess, and so we got into an argument about the rules. So I left the game, and then two kids run up to me and they start shouting and chanting, "You fucking Jew," and then 6, 7 other kids start chanting, and I also start chanting, "You fucking Jew, you fucking Jew, you fucking Jew."
Well, of course, at first we were speechless because the Berkshires is a great community, and there is a strong Jewish presence culturally and in the fabric of the community. So we actually didn't know what to say, other than, of course, that we loved him and we would support him. Because one thing he kept on repeating was that when this happened in the playground, he said he stood there, and it was like, the way he described it, it was as though everything stopped because he just couldn't believe what was going on or what he was hearing.
I think I kind of, in a way, I lost my innocence because most kids don't deal with these things until, they're in high school or college.
We met with the school and the administration, the principal and the assistant principal, and they were empathetic to our situation and said that they would work on it. What was troubling was that there was this equating being called, pardon my language, a fucking Jew with saying something mean or rude to someone.
So there's a kid, he drew a swastika in his notebook, and he was showing it off to his friends, showing it off to kids, showing it off and pointing to me. And then so I said, I said his name, and I said, "Show me that piece of paper." And he quickly sat on it, and he quickly covered it up. And the teacher saw the paper, and she confiscated it.
My wife and I grew up in areas with more sizable Jewish populations, and so I called the local Jewish Federation, the Jewish Federation of the Berkshires, saying, "Where can we go for help?"
And he was very concerned and was kind of looking for, what do we do now? How can Federation help? And truly, the first thing that I said to him is that, you need to reach out to the ADL.
I was able to speak with Robert Treston, the director, and he's been tremendous. It felt really comforting to know that we had someone who was an ally with us in our situation, because again, we really didn't know who we should be approaching about this, how we should be dealing with the school. So Robert was there for us from the beginning with really giving us guidance. And beyond the guidance, Robert and his team reached out to us and dealt directly with the school and the administration to institute programs and to address the situation.
So the ADL, they went into my school, and then they addressed the school, they addressed the principal, and they brought some programs into the schools, and they're still currently active.
I ended up calling the ADL for some guidance and facilitation, and then we ended up at the World of Difference leadership training. So I attended, and then that year, the ADL came in and trained our students.
As a community, I know we would not have been able to put together a program that was went as deep and as effective as the ADL's program was. And it also became a platform for the teachers within the individual religious schools to continue the conversation about anti-Semitism, about tolerance, about diversity, about what to do when it's either yourself or someone else who is being, discriminated against.
Alec often talks that this experience was sort of an end to his childhood because he had to really think about deeper issues, but he's handled it tremendously, and we've really done our best to be there for him and let him know that he has not just our support, but the support of the Jewish community and especially groups like the ADL.
It's kind of ironic because with most kids, it would make them not really want to be Jewish anymore because it's such a traumatic event. But with me, so I kind of felt more connected to my Judaism, I got more involved with my synagogue, and I really try to spread awareness, and because of that, I'm much more proud about my Judaism.